Hey everybody, welcome back here to A Place to Heal. My name's Marie, and today I want to talk to you guys about something that I've noticed that's been going on, and it's been driving me nuts because I've noticed that it's been getting progressively worse and worse and worse, and I wanted to bring it to you guys' attention so you kind of are aware of the dangers of doing this. So, starting a couple of months back, or maybe it's just because I'm speaking to more people now. I've been noticing, like, I had one guy that I was working with on his kidneys, and one day he tells me, well, I'm taking this and I'm taking this, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I go, I didn't prescribe that to you. He goes, oh no, I have this other health coach that I'm dealing with. I'm going to call them alternative healthcare providers because really, I mean, there's life coaches, there's health coaches, there's NDs, there's DOs, there's so many in that realm that I'm just going to call them alternative healthcare providers. So, massage therapist, acupuncturist, just tons of stuff. I mean, there's so many of them. Energy healers, prana healers, Reiki practitioners. There's tons of them. Okay, so for the sake of argument, I'm just going to call them alternative healthcare providers, and all of them are bunched up in that. But I told him, I said, I didn't prescribe this to you, and he says, oh no, I'm working with this other person, and I was like, oh, okay. So at that point, I'm just like, I need to opt out of this. I don't want to work with you anymore. And I know from other people's standpoint that may sound egotistical, like, oh, she wants to be the only one to help him out, or stuff like that. But that's not the case, and I'm going to tell you why you should not do that. Okay, because just like a regular doctor, I mean, when you see your doctor, you only see one doctor unless he tells you, go see this oncologist, go see this gastrologist, go see, whatever. And he knows who you're going to go see, and he knows what that person prescribed and is giving you. Okay, so what ends up happening when I'm working with a client who I don't know is working with other alternative healthcare providers is that I don't know what's going on. So just let's start at a very simple, let's start at ground zero. When you put stuff into your body, I see a lot of people that are desperate to heal, especially those with kidney disease, but there's a lot of other people that have the pain and they want to heal desperately. So they're grabbing at everything. I'm going to take this and I'm going to take this. And oh, I heard this on a YouTube, on a video that somebody said to use this. And I went to Facebook, and then, in one of the health groups, I saw it to take this. And in a book, I saw. Okay, that is one of the most dangerous things that you can do, because just like a baby, when you are a baby, or if you've ever had a child, you know that when you first start to introduce, baby foods to them, it is highly advisable that, like, if you're going to introduce them to peas, you introduce the peas, you wait 3 days to a week before you introduce another food, because if it sits well with them, to give them more. If they're allergic to them, not to give it to them. And the same thing can be said in this alternative healthcare field. When you are taking too many things, something can go very wrong, and you don't know who the culprit was. Or some things can go very right, and you don't know who the culprit was. So if something is helping you, you're spending $100 on all these other products that you don't need, when the product that's helping you is a $5 product. Or you get thrown into a severe detox mode, and you're sicker than a dog, and you can't figure which product it is. So now you got to get off of all of them and start over. So when I do anything for detox, I do it and I wait a week. I don't care what it is. If I'm just starting vitamin C therapy, I start my vitamin C. I don't add anything else for that week so I can listen and really pay very close attention to what my body is telling me. Wow, this is really good. Or wow, this is not working for us. This is a waste of money. So, and I suggest you do the same thing. But now we take it to the next level. If I'm telling you to do this, this, and this, take this, this, and this, I have no idea what that other practitioner is telling you to do, to take this, this, and this. Okay? So especially when I work with kidney patients, this is extremely dangerous because number one, I don't treat my kidney clients that are on kidney medication the same as I treat the clients that are not medication. Even food can become very dangerous at that point. Okay. And number two, if this person is telling you take these 3 things and I'm telling you take these 3 things, you have no idea if those 3 things are going to clash. Because just like in the medicine world, okay, there are certain things that I would never advise a client to take if they're on blood thinners, that I would tell other people that are not on blood thinners to take. Because just like medicines crash, herbs, also there's certain herbs that you cannot mix and you cannot do. And, I'm thinking, okay, this person is taking these 3 things. We're going to monitor that. Things are going well. But now they're taking these 3 things that I have no idea about. And the next thing you know, they're in a horrible pain at the doctor's office. And it's like, my back is just killing me. I can't stand it. And then they tell me, oh, by the way, I'm seeing this other person. They had me on these 3 things. And I'm like, okay, because the 3 things I told you to take would have never done that. Okay, but they told me to take this too. And I'm like, well, no wonder you blew out your kidneys. That's way too much detoxification all at once. That's way too much trash going through your kidneys. So you see where this can start to get very dangerous. Okay, and usually when I find out that one of my clients is seeing someone else and listening and taking other stuff, and I'm out. I'm out. Because I don't want to be involved in that mess when the you-know-what hits the fan and things go wrong. Because in the game of detoxification, there is, okay, I don't know about how anybody else does their detoxification, but when I do my detoxification, I do it in a certain order, okay? And I hit certain organs, and I'm trying to do things as quickly as possible, as cheaply as possible, and as painless as possible. Okay, so there's a certain thing that I have in order so that you can get rid of this and you can get rid of that. Now, I'm not saying choose me. I'm saying choose one. Pick one and stick with them for at least 30 days. After 30 days, if you're not feeling any better, I mean, zip. If you're feeling a tiny bit better, stay with them. Because obviously detoxification isn't like this. It's not like take a pill, 3 days later, you're going to feel miraculously better. It doesn't work that way. So if you do feel a little better, stick with them. If you feel nothing better and you are still in the exact same amount of pain and everything else, then go see someone else. I have a lot of people that sit there and tell me, and here's where I'm going to drop names. They'll tell me and they'll go, oh, you need to go check out Dr. Sabi. Oh, you need to go check out Dr. Morris. Oh, you need to go check out Dan McDonald. Oh, you need to go check out, Dr. Kazar or, Tavis Bradley or, the raw food girl or, this. Okay. I want to tell you guys, I have been in this game long enough where I can pretty much tell you that there is no one that I have not sat down, I have not heard, I have not listened to, and I have not studied their books, their information, and what they have to say. Okay, I've read, the 80-10, the pH miracle, you name it. I can flip this camera around right now and you can look at my shelves that are covered with books. So, I've pretty much know everybody's gig, what they're saying, what they're doing, what they're recommending. I've watched their videos. I've been to their seminars. I've ordered their books online. I mean, you name it. I've done it. So I know when somebody tells me, hey, I'm following this person's protocol, I already know what they're doing. Hey, I'm doing Gerson. I already know what you're doing. Okay, I'm following Dr. Morse. I already know what you're doing. Okay, I'm following Dr. Sebi. I already know what you're doing. So I already know all that. And, when I was, even me, when I was coming up in all this, I watched all these videos when I first was trying to get my certifications and try to pick who I wanted to follow and stuff. And I can honestly say that I stuck with the Cure Zone, and I would follow Andreas Moritz. I listened to other people, and Andreas was my rock. Andreas was who I followed, who I listened to, who I was guided by. I might sit there and say, oh, well, Dr. Sebi has this really good point. And you know what? I think I might go outside the box here and try him. But I always came back to Andreas Moritz. Why? Because I feel that Andreas was way ahead of his time. And Andreas really knew his body. I mean, really knew his body. I don't follow too many mainstream people, and the reason that I don't follow them and I don't watch their videos and I don't listen to what they have to say is because I don't want to be swayed by that. I want to do my own research. I want to come up with my own conclusions, and that is what I share with you. I don't want to be swayed by this or that. So with that being said, if you know someone who's very underground, who's not mainstream, that a lot of people don't know about, I mean, they're just starting out, whatever, I'd love to hear about that. Because I think that some of the ones that really, really know their stuff are like, way underground. There are a lot of people don't know about them. And that's who I follow. There's like 3 people that I follow that I can tell you their names, and you would never even, you're like, who the heck's that? I've never even heard of this person, because they're not mainstream, but I feel that they really know their stuff. So, I just want to tell you that if you're wanting to heal, pick one person, give them 30 days, and then after 30 days, if you're not feeling anything, if you're not feeling any different, then stop and then go to the next person, and then check with them. But you don't want to be mixing stuff that different people are telling you. You don't want to be jumping, having 2 and 3 practitioners at the same time, because this practitioner might be focusing on your kidneys, and this one might be focusing on your, on your colon, and this one might be focused. Man, that is a real dangerous way to go. People think that's just herbs. Herbs are natural. Some herbs are stronger, if not stronger, than regular medication that is out there. And just like that, there's certain herbs that can't be mixed with medications. There's herbs that can't be mixed with herbs, and you don't want to mix that. So it becomes a very weird, tangled web, and you don't want to do that. So pick one, stay with one, give them your undivided attention, your loyalty for 30 days. If that doesn't work, then switch to another one and go that route. But don't be having too many, in the mix. Also, one of the things that I adore about that is when somebody sticks with me, they sit there and they tell me, Marie, this and this and this is going on. I instantly pull their chart and I go, oh, okay, it's coming from this. We need to get you off this right now, and let's stick with this. I already know, because I'm the only person working with that person, and I know everything that that person is on, and I know what each one of those herbs, and I know what each one of those, everything that I'm prescribing can do in the body. So it's easier to do that. So I hope that this video has brought some enlightenment to you, and I hope you start to see the dangers of mixing too many practitioners. I know there are some of you out there that are in so much pain. You want it done like that, but it doesn't happen like that in the detoxification world. It took you years to do this damage to your body. You cannot expect to undo this damage in 30 days. You can't. You know, it took me, I would say, a reasonable amount of time from my journey, going on my journey. I would say a reasonable amount of time in order to start feeling better. I'd say 80% better than you're feeling right now is 2 years. 3 years to start feeling at 90%. And I would say 5 years to get back to completely normal. Now you figure 5 years is not a lot considering it took you 30 years to destroy the machine. Now it's, you know, 5 years to rebuild it. It's not a bad time frame, you know. So I figure I'm back at, I'd say 85% running capacity, and I figure 1 more year, which will be my 5th year, I will be back to 100. I feel awesome percent. So, you know, you've got to understand that it takes time. Another thing that I want to touch quickly on is practitioners that have tons of products. Some of my clients that come to me, I tell them, you know, some of the products on my website, because those are the products that worked for me. But if you have a practitioner that has tons of products and all they want to do is sell you products, red flag. And last, I want to touch on this. If you take your car to a mechanic, if I took my car to a mechanic and I said, hey, it has this noise and it keeps sputtering, and I take it to him and he charges me $100 and he gives me back my car, and my car is still sputtering and still acting funny, and I take it back and I'm like, hey, the car is still sputtering and it's still acting funny. What's up? And I get my car back that time and it's still sputtering and it's still acting funny. Done. I am done with that mechanic. Obviously, he has no idea what the heck he is doing under that hood. The same can be said about MDs, NDs, alternative healthcare providers, you know, health coaches, massage therapists, Reiki practitioners, anything you want. Fill in the blank. If you go once and you have tons of pain and everything else, and you give these people your money and things don't change, and then you go back and you try them again and things still do not change and you see zero improvement, why are you going back? Why are you giving this MD your money? Why are you giving this ND your money? You know, I see people all the time that follow certain internet gurus. 2 years later, they're still sicker than a dog. And I'm like, what are you thinking? What are you? Go find somebody that can help you out. This is ridiculous. You know, oh no, I'm really sick. I don't care. Okay, I was on death's bed. Okay, I died on a table in a hospital. I was on death's bed where I could not even get up. Literally. I mean, I needed help getting from my bed to my bathroom. I could not shower alone. I needed somebody to help me stand there because I was so weak. I couldn't even stand in the shower. And trust me, that's not the way it works. You should not continue to be sick year after year after year. Find someone that can heal you, that knows what they're doing, that knows the human body, that knows what to prescribe to you and how to get, and listen to them. Follow the advice. If a practitioner tells you, give up this, this, and this, and take this, this, and this, well, you can't come back a month later and go, well, I didn't give up that, that, and that, and I didn't take that, that, and that, and I haven't gotten better. You have to follow it. You know, it doesn't help if you don't take it and do what you were told. I hope you all stay happy, you all stay healthy, and please pick one. Stick with one. Don't be mixing. It's just Too many cooks in the kitchen will spoil the stew. So, till next time. Bye-bye.